What's up, guys? Welcome back to JD Plays Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved. And look at that just behind me. We have found it. The fabled emerald. You could say I've been doing some mining. And if you check the mini-map in the top right, you'll notice I am definitely in my Extreme Hills biome mining, which I talked about so much at the beginning of the series. And I have finally found the coveted emerald ore. Now, to give you exactly an idea of how much mining I have been doing, we're going to take a look at a couple of things here. But before that, I'm going to claim this emerald ore as my own. Now the question is, do I, uh-oh, creeper, silk touch this sucker, or do I fortune it? I think I'm going to silk touch this for now, just so I can have a look-see at it. Well, hello, little slime. Give me your ball. Thank you. Okay, so there's one. There's my first ever mined piece of emerald on camera. Now there's another over here, and I think a third right here. So in this little cluster, now I have mined a bunch, and in that entire cluster, I found 3 emeralds in this Extreme Hills area. So that was kind of cool. Pretty oh, four, I'm sorry. Found 4. Die, creeper. So we've got 4. Now let's see. Let's take a look at this thing here. If we smelt it or redstone furnace it, we get 1. Pulverizing, we get 2. Sag milling, we get 1 with a chance of a second. Crushing, we get 2. Melting, 1280. I don't know how much that comes out to. I think that's 2. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we get 2. Let's see how many we get with a pick of fortune. Now that looks like 1 to me. It is 1. That's not good. Let's toss this out and throw that mana bean up there and that mana bean up there. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, that time we got 2. So it's looking like we might want to silk touch these things. I'm going to give this last one a shot, just so that we know for future use. You know. And what we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves a little platform to mine this from. To be safe. There we go. And that time I think we got at least 3, maybe 4. So it is worth fortune picking them. So we'll go ahead and throw this one down. We ended up getting 7, so that was what? 1, 2, 4. Not bad, not bad. We would have only gotten 6. Let's see what this guy gives up. And 1. So it balanced out to 8 anyways. We got 2 per. That's what we would have gotten from pulverizing. So no loss, but no gain. But fortuning them is the way I want to go, I think. Okay. Now let's head back over here to my stuff that there seems to be a nice little friend guarding. Not guarded anymore. Now I'm getting a lot of spawns around here recently. We need to do something about that. I did not mean to take a screenshot. Let's just take this. And let's put these back. Look at these diamonds. Now I came down because I was like, you know, I've been trying to start deciding which direction I'm going with all my technology. We've gotten a lot of stuff done, which we're going to talk about today, hopefully. And I find myself on a regular basis right now needing minerals that I should have, but that I don't have enough of lately. So it's like, okay, we just need to go on an all-out mining extravaganza, and you know, we've been chewing through our diamonds. I really want to find those emeralds. I want to make use of the fact that we built near this extreme hill. So let's just go knock out some serious mining for a little bit. And I did. I took off, and I've mined. If I've done anything today, I have mined. I've been mining for, I think, hours. I don't know exactly how long, but for a while. And that should alleviate some of those spawning issues. By the way, F7 turns this on. It's this grid that shows you where there's not enough light to keep enemies from spawning. So that should slow that down somewhat. Let me just kind of give it a glance real quick out here. Not really seeing any areas, so that's pretty good. Okay, F7 off. Alright. So if we head back over here, look at this. Look at all of this ore. 60, just stacks and stacks of 64. That's blocks of lapis. That's blocks of diamond. 23 diamond blocks, and I still got 29 more diamonds right here. So that's 3 more blocks. Boom. Doing good. 26 blocks of diamonds. That's awesome. Not to mention, now we're starting to get some emeralds. Beautiful. Throw those in there and that in there. And let's just go through and see what we ended up getting here. So, oh, there's 64 more diamonds. Holy shnikes. 7 more blocks. 33 diamond blocks. That's awesome. Pull this out. And so what I've been doing is, and I still got all this diamond ore I need to break up, just mining my butt off. And when I get to my bags being full, I go ahead and stop, and I shift it over into one of these lovely strong boxes so that I can keep going. Because I wanted to get, you know, a really large amount of ore mined out today in one go. There we go, 34. All right, cool. So these are all regular ores, and what we're going to do, let's see here. Dense, let's pull that out. We're going to put these back for a second. Do we have any more dense? Dense. Okay, I'm not seeing any more dense ore in that pack. What about this one? Electrolyte, coal, infused earth, lead, redstone. There's some dense. And there's some dense. Fire infused, coal, iron ore. Okay. So the dense ores I'm keeping in this pack separate from the rest. So there's dense gold, there's dense redstone, there's dense iron. We've got some dense coal, some dense lapis, and 1 dense diamond. That's kind of cool. Alright. Now let's just toss everything into here just to get it out of my bags. And we're going to sort it for a second. Now most of these that should be empty now. They are. Cool. I don't want this head. There's a pool of lava over here. Let's toss that head out. Goodbye, friend. Same thing with that chain helmet. Goodbye. Alright. Let's take out these fire-infused, water-infused, earth, order. There should be another, I think. Maybe I didn't get any more of the others. Okay, I guess that's everything. Dense coal right there. Awesome. Add that to the pack. Boom. Okay, so with these, I've already got these sitting in here. So there's the fire, there's the water, there's the earth, and there's the order. We didn't get any entropy infused this time, but that's okay. And we didn't get any more air. Now everything in here is stacks of 64 with the exception of diamond and this project blue electrolyte and these infused. So we're actually going to pull them all back out, and I'm going to throw them in here, and I'm hopefully going to put only stacks of 64 back into this right quick. That way that I know that that chest is absolutely friggin' packed. So there's some coal, there's some of this, we got some iron, lead, silver, looking good. Anything else that needs to go in there? Don't think so. Okay, now we did have some of this electrolyte left. Let's toss this out. You should also be fortune, if you're using a fortune pick, which I advise a silk touch hammer and a fortune pick is how I'm rolling right now. I may make a fortune hammer later, but probably not. But you should be fortuning the electrolyte as well. Now that gives me 42 of that business. Don't think I have any up here. Nope. Still got a bunch of these mana beans. I really should make a thom pack. I'm going to do that when I go back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and squish these, compact them a little bit into that blue electrolyte block, and throw those there. So that's awesome. So at this point I'm pretty much done mining, I think. As I believe, or at least I feel like I have enough ores to last me, you know, a significant period of time. I don't know how that just happened. There we go. And I think these are all full, right? Yep. Okay. So lapis is going in there. And that can go in there. Let's organize our bags right quick. Now, these are all full. And you'll notice that when I pick up, right now I can continue to mine and I'll continue to pick up more stone. And it's because of this dev null. So this little device is awesome. You shift right click while not targeting anything, and it will open up the interface. And whatever block you want to basically throw in the trash can as you pick it up, once your inventory is full, you put in here. So I'm going to find tons of stone while I'm mining because I use a silk touch hammer. I don't want to keep trying to sort that in and out of my inventory. So I made this dev null that I can just trash it all as I mine it. Now a recipe for dev null is very easy. 1 cobblestone, 1 apple. I strongly suggest making one. They're very good to light them. Let's go ahead and pick up our chests. And we have a lot of ore to go home and process. And lastly, let's go ahead and pick this guy up. Now put our tools back in the appropriate order. And I think we're ready to head home finally. It's been a glorious mining trip. Thanks for all your help. So I'm going to head home. It's not far, but I don't want to waste time on camera. So I'll be back in just a bit. See you soon. Alright guys, and we're back. So, if you remember last time, we were cooking up some of this hardened glass by combining obsidian dust with lead ingots so that we could make temperate fluid ducts. Okay? Now, we've gone on from that and we've started making some item ducts as well, which is the same recipe as fluid ducts, only we use tin plates instead of copper. So I'm making a little more hardened glass right now, and I've got a pretty good amount, but never hurts to have more, you know. And we're actually going to do a quick little simple demonstration of these item ducts right here to unload these chests. Now I'm not saying this is a good way to do this, it just gives me a chance to demonstrate the item ducts, and I'm going to show you another use of them here in just a second. So when we hook these ducts up, it's going to create an immediate extension. Now used to you couldn't have a duct having the in and outside in a single block. I don't know if that has been changed. But what I'm wanting to do is pull from here and put into here, because I want to pull all my ore out of these chests and put it into there. Now yes, I realize not all of it belongs in my ore chest, and that's okay. But I don't want it to do is put it into these other containers. So what we do is we grab a wrench or a crescent hammer, and I've got multiple wrenches up here that we could use, and we just right click on the ones we want to drop the connections off of. That's great. Now the other thing that we need is we need to put some servos in, and these servos are going to serve different purposes. The servos on these two are going to be used to pull the items out. Okay. The servo that I'm going to put on this one is going to serve a purpose that we haven't really used it for yet, and that is that I do not want gold ore or where is that lovely stuff? Ferrous ore going into this chest at the moment. So I'm going to make a blacklist. I do not want this ore, and I do not want this ore. And that's not taking an ore, it's just telling it the item. It's just a GUI that shows that the item ID that's not going to be allowed through this servo. So by putting those on there like that, if I turn this servo on by clicking here, no redstone required, it should, and there should be no redstone required here, and we'll put no redstone required there. Uh-oh, wait, that's trying to pull. That's not going to work. Okay, so I'm wrong. I think I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. Where we want to put the blacklisting is on the chests themselves. So do not pull gold and do not pull ferrous out of these two chests. That's what we want to tell it. Okay? Now let's put that back on there. And now it should work fine. We do not want anything going into that chest. Or does it have to be below? It might need to be below the chest. No, there it goes, there it goes. And, oh, didn't mean to do that. It's going to move 4 ore at a time. And you know that because when you click on this servo, it tells you right here, stack size. We can make it smaller if we want, but we can't make it any larger than 4 with these basic servos. So they're going to move 4 ore at a time out of these chests and start popping them into this one. So we're just going to let that unload for us, do all the dirty work for us. Now, what we can also do, though, is we can run another one into this chest, which is where I want my gold and my invar. Put our servos on. And this is not meant to be anything efficient. I'm just giving a demonstration of how you might want to use your pipes. We want to make this a white list, meaning the only things that are allowed to come out of this side are ferrous and gold. And then we turn them on, and they can start transferring. And they'll pump stuff out of here. Now that should have happened. Did I not turn on? Oh, I didn't turn it to a whitelist. There we go. See what happens when you don't enable it correctly? There we go. Now we got ferrous and gold traveling out of these. And we've got everything else traveling out of these. And so these chests are going to get unloaded for us, and we'll come back and check on all that in a bit. Whoops. Can you remove... There used to be a way to take a servo off, but I don't know what it is now. Also, you can shift right click to break these pipes off, just so you're aware. Throw that stuff back in there. Throw that stuff back in there. And this one's already almost unloaded, so it's going fast. It's doing good. Alright, now where I'm actually making use of these is downstairs. And before I go back downstairs, I'm going to make a couple more of those. And we're going to make a new item, actually. So I think starting right here. Yeah, this is a cache, or cache, however you want to pronounce it. It is kind of like a barrel, except for it's made by thermal expansion, very similar to the strong boxes and the strong and the satchels and things. This has a capacity of 10,000 items, but for one item type, so it works just like a barrel. Now, so they take up one inventory slot apiece, so I need some more space. So let's make a little room here. We're going to throw these things out for a moment, as well as these. And we're going to make 8 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Now, those are great. They hold 10K each. That's nice. I want to upgrade them. And to upgrade them, you take the original cache and surround it with Invar. These will now hold 40,000 items, which is really nice. Super nice. And then for the last upgrade level, you surround these with fused quartz, which is simply nether quartz run through an alloy smelter, which we get plenty of. And these hold 160,000. Now, there is one additional upgrade where you can upgrade them to resonant by using Enderium, which we're going to be making very soon. And these will hold 640,000. So these things can hold a massive quantity of items. Now, I don't know how they handle metadata or anything like that, and they may in fact not handle metadata. So be aware. Okay, now that I got those buggers, let's throw this into here. As you can see, we're moving along in our technology, and we're dropping down right now to our little mob farm. With our advances in technology, we're getting ready to be able to actually create an item sorting system soon, which I'm really looking forward to, because I get so irritated trying to keep up with where I put things and trying to keep it straight in my head about why I've ordered something this way and blah blah blah. Well, irritate's not the right word. It's just, it's silly. It's silly. Sorry about that. My son just got really excited because he made his first end portal. Alright. So, the mob farm is working fantastic, as you can see. Mobs fall in, mobs die. I've got it open up to a 3x3 so that spiders can fall in. The golden chest, it was full earlier. But now you see I have item conduits. And they're pulling items out and bringing them over and storing them in these barrels, or these caches. Now, I don't really like where that's sitting. I feel like it's sitting too close to this, and I don't know what's going to happen if a creeper explosion goes off in there. I want to make this room a little bit more safe for my items. So I'm going to open this up a little bit, like so. And we're just going to move some of this stuff around. Now, I do like having this item set up like this, where we can use a single pipe to pump into 2 of them. That's nice. And we could probably honestly set it up even a little bit better, but for now that will do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here along this wall, I think. Or alright, and so right here and there. Okay, that leaves us those. Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 5 right here. So we'll do the same thing right here. Make a second row. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to disconnect this pipe right here at the source. That's going to get sucked into the chest. Nothing else is being piped right now, so that's okay. We're going to pick up all of our conduits. And I'm just shift left clicking to do this. Now the cool thing is that these also can be shift left clicked. And you can pick them up and they will maintain their inventory. So when I put this back, it will have what it had in it. So that's really nice about these things. So there we go. We got all those back. What are you doing over here? Die. There we go. And this one I think is empty. We'll just make sure. Yep. Okay. Cool. Now these are no longer sitting on that wall waiting to get blown up if a creeper explosion happens. Now let's move this chest right quick. And yes, the strong boxes can be shift right clicked just like everything else and be insta moved. So that's really nice. Now we've got some bows and stuff. I want to test something. If I put a bow in here, and we know that one was broken, can I put another one? Nope. So it is based off of metadata. Keep that in mind. Damaged stuff, things that are damaged just like it, they have to be identical to go in there. But what can go in there are all of these witches' hands. So if I put one in, it'll put one in at a time, as long as it's in the item spot. Or if it's an empty item spot and you right click it, all of them will go in. Just like on barrels. So that's nice. Let's go ahead and throw these in there. Now what other items do we need to get some more storage for? These basal's rods would probably be a good idea. Let's throw those down there. I've been getting a few of those. Spider eyes and string? Sure. Okay. Now I'm getting a lot of zombie heads and a lot of creeper heads. Zombie heads. Creeper heads. Okay. You actually do use these now, thanks to Ender.io. So it looks like I'm probably even going to want to get a few more caches made. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to set these up across here, like so. And at some point we need a single point of entry for this. Oh, hello little zombie. Did you get killed? Good, because I hate you people. Alright, so we need to go 11. Now if we come here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go, we're hooked up. And we'll just disable this connection. And just to make this a little easier, where I can, in case I need to access that one, I can put it here. Actually, if I were to move this back like so, I could run additional storage cache under here. The only one that would suffer is I can't put one in this slot or this slot because of these guys. That's cool. I can deal with that. I could even go as far as putting additional cache on the front and have them tiered out. And that would work. So I can put another box right here. Okay. Now we'll want to remove this. So we can put this there. Alright. So I've got one cache remaining available. Let's put zombie brains in there. Those seem to be stacking up quite prolifically on us. Boom. Alright. We don't need servos for these. Because they already have an item contained in them, you can simply put the servo at the point that's going to have the extraction occurring and let it extract everything. It will only extract items that there is a spot for. So currently, there's a spot for arrows. There's a spot for ender pearls, so that should get pulled in a minute. String, gunpowder, and ender pearls should be what gets pulled next. There goes the string. So now everything is just flowing right into these nice little cache barrels, and we don't have to worry about it. These things can stock up down here, and I don't have to worry about my chest overflowing. This also means that if I ever do happen to get it fully emptied out, which I'm going to need a more advanced item system to handle, you know, all these broken armors and things that are coming in. That's soulbound. That's awesome. But eventually we'll be able to handle everything that's coming out here. And that'll be cool. Ow. That little sorry sucker bit me. I need to eat some food. So, that's that. And hooray for our mob farm becoming more advanced. By the way, get away from me, little spider. You're a sorry sucker. We currently have 67 levels of experience stored in this machine. Let's take a level or two. we're gonna take let's take 1 level, 2 levels, 3 levels, 4 levels of experience. There we go. I'm level 30 now. We're gonna go upstairs and we'll enchant a book. Why not? With our standard enchanter. Actually, we're not going to. I'm going to wait till I make the real enchanter. So Ender.io offers a special enchanter that lets you pick out exactly what type of enchant you want to make. And yeah, we're going to store all of my experience in here. So I'm going to put 30 levels in there. 30 levels at 66 only comes out to 3 levels. But don't worry, it transfers out accordingly. So for example, if I retrieve, remember we were at 66 and I put 30 levels in. We'll just do 10 levels right here. Bam, back to 66. I'm back at level 30. So no biggie, works like a charm. And I love it. I love that we're storing this stuff. I'm going to be building more of these caches. I want to basically handle everything in here except for the armors and stuff. I'm not going to be able to handle those because of metadata, but everything else that I see that appears in here, I'm going to make sure that I have something that handles it. Now we can grab back our pipes, our servos, our glass. Those things don't spawn in here. Look, I got Slowpoke's head. Oh yeah, here. Grab this out of here right quick. I am now Slowpoke. Alright guys, I'm going to head back up top, and I'll see you guys back in just a minute. Getting close to the end of the recording, but I think we may have time to make some Enderium. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. Now it dawned on me as I got ready to go upstairs and make some Enderium to check the time on the videos, and we're about out of time. So I've gone ahead and I've added some additional storage cache back into this room. We're able to hold, all these monster heads now and creeper hearts, and got a good little network going. And I've also figured out how to stop the overflow of things like armor into here. Basically, we can stick a chest at the end of the pipe, and when this chest fills up, it'll filter over into the next chest, and that gives us diamonds. Or not diamonds, I'm sorry. That gives us plenty of space to store this buffer overflow. But I really don't like how all this stuff is just kind of still being jumbled together. And I'd like to continue to be able to make use of more cache across the top here. So what I decided to do was, if you look at these servos, currently our servo allows us to only handle a blacklist, only move 4 items at a time, and we can only manage up to 3 items in terms of filtering. We can use this servo, however. There are multiple types. Let's look at them real quick. Servo. So there's a lot of different servos. There's the one we have, and this has an extraction rate of every 3 seconds. Max stack size of 4. It allows us to blacklist and extracts from a single slot. Okay. If we move up to an hardened servo, we're now able to extract every 2 seconds with a max stack size of 16, 4 times larger, and we get access to the metadata feature. That's pretty nice. The next step up would be a reinforced servo. And this would extract every 1 second a full-size stack, blacklist, metadata, NBT, or dictionary, and mod. And it still extracts from a single slot. From there we start getting into signalums, has a speed boost of 2 times, and resonant, speed boost of 3 times. Okay. Now, hardened servo is made same way we made the previous one, except for instead of iron ingots we use Invar. That's nice. You get 2 of them for that. Reinforced, you just use electrum. It's no big deal. And signalum, we use signalum ingots, and we've upgraded to fused quartz here. Resonant, we use resonant Enderium, and once again fused quartz. Now we can take our current servos and use them to upgrade. An Invar ingot and a servo gives us the next step up, and we can do 2 at a time, I believe. I don't know if we can for this particular one, can we? Yeah, this one we can only do 1 at a time, but for this one we can do 2. Take 2 electrum, 1 hardened glass or fused quartz, and 2 of the, wait, you can use the regular servos? Oh, interesting. You don't even have to use the invars for this. And we can go straight to reinforced. So we could easily jump up to basically all the way up to there if we really wanted to. Now I've already gone ahead and I've made a hardened servo right here. And we're just going to demonstrate real quick. I'm going to take this dolly that we made the other day and I'm going to pick this chest up. Now this chest has inventory in it. That's why I want the dolly. So if I pick this up and I drop it right there, and we run an item duct under here and into here, and here's that hardened servo, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll make another hardened servo, why not? Pop that in there, and there we go, there's our new hardened servos. Click that on there. Now if you'll notice, instead of handling 3, we can now handle 6. We get stack sizes of 16, and we can now use or ignore metadata. That's going to come in handy in just a second. Either way, we're going to turn this off, and it's going to start extracting and pulling these items out of here and into this box. Now where this comes in handy is not necessarily right where we're using it right now, but I'm going to show you in just a moment. Now let's just put this over here for a second. These dollies are awesome because they allow us to do things like this. We're just going to put that down there, and just as soon as this bad boy finishes up. One more, two more. There we go. Okay, he's all done. We're going to grab him and stick him over there. Now, I've been shift right clicking and breaking the pipe off. If you right click a servo, it will pull just the servo out without taking down the pipe. So keep that in mind. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to be able to pull from this chest right here. I want to be able to pipe it along into this, but I only want to pull out bows, and I want to ignore their metadata and put them in there, but only bows. And I want to use this as a whitelist. So let's turn that on. Now with metadata ignored, it pulled that one. It did not pull any others. Okay, let's turn metadata ignore off. Nothing's changing. The reason being, we need this one. This one has NBT on it. And NBT is what we actually need to be able to pull all of our bows into one box. Okay? So I'm going to be upgrading to some of these more advanced servos, probably all the way up to Signalum, maybe even Resonant, I don't know. I'm getting ready to do all that, and that'll be part of the next video. But we did go ahead and we got some upgrades going on here. I'm probably going to swap this out for a regular chest now because we don't need the buffer space anymore. We can now handle everything on the back end. I'm not actually going to set these up to handle this stuff yet. Hello, friend. What we're going to instead do is I'm just going to, let me go ahead and break this all down. Create a big enough buffer over here on the back end where if I get anything that needs to go into these chests, it can just pop right into these diamond chests and it's no big deal, and they'll fill up. So anything like these beans will continue to get collected in this one. If it stacks, it'll go ahead and stack up in here. Most of the monster loot is now going into an appropriate chest. I think these coins we'll get every now and then from killing the pecks, but I don't think we're going to see many of these treasures coming in. I put that there on the off chance we see one. I'd rather be able to handle it than not. I hate you, spiders. So we're going to grab a regular chest to put down there, because that's all we need now. And the only concern I have at this point is just in case that diamond chest happens to get blown up. So let's go ahead and actually move that to here. What I'm probably going to end up doing is putting in a obsidian wall right here so that creeper explosions have no chance of reaching any of this. I thought about doing the same here. And we haven't had a single incident since I fixed the mob trap, but to be on the safe side. But yeah, things are working out quite well. Everything's getting sorted where it needs to go. Throw that in there. And it's looking good. We actually have a small, we'll call it a sorting system. It's not really a sorting system, but we have a small semi-sorting system going on that can store a lot of mob loot. I mean, we got 788 bones, 791 flesh. Once we get Botania going, we'll be able to convert some of that flesh into leather as mana permits it. Got a good stockpile of gunpowder. It also means that I can grab all my stuff from upstairs, my entire monster cache upstairs, and move it down here if I wanted to. Or eventually I could run pipes all the way back upstairs. Now what I do want to do is I do want to take one of these and swap out this servo for that one, simply for the factor of speed. There we go. Because now if we happen to get a stack of things in here, so let's say we had a stack built up of flesh. Instead of moving out 4 at a time, we can now pump 16 of them at a time out. And that's a little bit nicer. So I'm gonna toss that in there for that purpose only. Look at all these fun mobs just waiting to die by our turtle's hands. I shall help him kill you all and collect the extra loots. So that's it for this one, guys. 77 levels. As usual, if you learned something, great. Toss me a like. If you'd like to see more and know when I'm streaming or when I've got a new broadcast up, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, you guys be good to one another. I'll see you later.